Jim Jordan. I have to confess, I don't know if JR is going to mention it in his hour too. I stole from JR, but as soon as I saw it on his list, I was like, yes, because he's the perfect representative. It could have been Matt Gaetz, but Jim Jordan is even more representative of the mindless Republicans who will tell any lie to protect Donald Trump, and is emblematic of the entire Republican Party selling their soul to say, oh yeah. I mean, there was a story in the news today that we didn't get to, Anna briefly mentioned. Kevin McCarthy goes out there and lies and makes up a story about how the FBI was spying on Donald Trump. It's the exact opposite of what the FBI Inspector General concluded. He just does it brazenly. That's the same Kevin McCarthy that earlier, when Trump was running, said that he thought Trump worked for Putin. He said that in a private conversation. It was recorded. Part of what I loved about that story was, I think it was the Washington Post that broke it. They went and asked, Paul Ryan was also part of that conversation. They asked Paul Ryan, they asked Kevin McCarthy, their spokespeople said, absurd and false, that never happened. They're like, we have tape of it. They're like, fine, it happened, but we were joking. Yeah. No, you weren't. Yeah. To be fair, Kevin McCarthy was joking earlier in the conversation, but not about that, and it's on tape.
Right.
And so, but McCarthy's now the head of the Republicans in the House, but Jim Jordan is probably the guy most famous for defending Trump maniacally. So I've got him as a Jerk of the Year contestant.
Well, and Jim Jordan also has his own issues outside of everything.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you were going to mention that, but yeah, I mean, outside of Congress and what he's done in defending Donald Trump wrongly, the accusations about athletes. Which university was it again? I forget.
It was in Ohio.
In Ohio, right? The athletes who had come to him about allegations of sexual assault and how he allegedly did nothing about it.
Yeah, and so those are very damning. I mean, you've got witnesses saying, no, he knew that we were being molested, and him and the other person in charge there said, hey, look, we all know how that, was it a doctor or a coach, I forget, but the guy doing the molesting, we all know how he is, just live with it, right? Yeah. And he did it to dozens and dozens of athletes and kids for all that time. Guys like Jordan covered up for him. And then, I mean, there's no end to how despicable Republicans are. So Jordan more than easily earned his name on the list. You got another one, John?
I mean, not only do I have the ones that I wrote down, but as I've been sitting here, I've been thinking of other ones that I can't believe I didn't think of. So I'm gonna say for now, I mean, I think one of the big ones, one of the titans in jerkdom in 2019, both in terms of style, but also more importantly in terms of substance. This one actually is a really bad guy. Mitch McConnell is a jerk.
Yeah. McConnell's in the running every year. I mean, I don't know that any year has him outside of the top 20 or the top 10.
Oh my gosh.
But so the year that he blocked Merrick Garland, I don't know if he won, but I remember him being very much in the running to be Jerk of the Year. And so the reason he's perennial Jerk of the Year is because no one fights to keep money in politics more than Mitch McConnell does. Yeah. So now he's sold out the entire Republican Party like Jordan did. Of course, he's the leader. McConnell's the leader of the Republicans in the Senate, doing whatever Trump asks him to do. But the way that he aggressively corrupts every other part of the government has him as perennial favorite for Jerk of the Year.
What I want to say, I guess to some extent, Jim Jordan and Matt Gaetz and Devin Nunes and all of them are also sort of emblematic of this, but I think that Mitch McConnell is the strongest example of it because he's in leadership. It's that when I see Mitch McConnell's political strategy, the way he talks to the media, the way he deals with the Democrats and all that, I think that if we had a critical mass of Mitch McConnells, we could not have a functioning democracy. Like, our democracy only exists because there have not been as many people with as few values, as little attachment to the truth, to reality, to any sort of consistency, intellectual or ideological. Like, if you had as many people who are effectively like chaotic neutral for the nerds out there, or probably evil, but he's there for himself and for power. He doesn't care if what he says, the situation changes next year, he'll change, like, yeah, we get judges in the last year, they don't get judges. Just everything is up for grabs, I think.
You think we have a functioning democracy now?
I think we have a semi-functioning democracy.
And you think that almost all the politicians aren't like Mitch McConnell?
I don't think they're as bad. I don't think they're as brazen.
Well, they don't have as much power as he does. I mean, as the head of the Senate, basically.
I hear you that he's the heart of darkness, especially on corruption. But I think that the entire Republican Party is his minions. And unfortunately, a huge chunk of the Democratic Party is just as brazen. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.